Hello planning mashers and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is November. That means it's a Thanksgiving month. So we are setting up quite a few of Thanksgiving themed bullet journal pages. Some of them are there just to bring holiday spirit to your journal, but some are really useful in planning the big dinner. So get your supplies and let's get planning. So we are starting the setup of the Thanksgiving themed pages from a cover page, or more like a quote page. But again, actually it's not much of a quote. I decided to just write Happy Thanksgiving. But if you want it to be quote, it's totally fine. There's plenty of quotes all over internet. So, if you just Google it, I bet you'll find something that fits your style. I love quotes pages. They are very fun to set up. I feel like they really bring the mood to your bullet journal and they bring together the whole theme you have for a month. And they are great filler for any empty pages you have between your other setups. So I personally really enjoy doing quotes pages because it's also just an extra way to be creative in your bullet journal. The next page is a gratitude log, and I am all about gratitude logs. Every month I have it one way or another, and I feel like it's a really powerful tool for personal development and for just generally being a happier person. And of course, in November, when it's Thanksgiving, gratitude log is just the best thing you can have. If you never tried a gratitude log before, you definitely should give it a try at least this month. You'll see it will change your life. Of course, because this time I'm doing everything Thanksgiving themed, there are a bunch of pumpkins and fall themed doodles all over the page. While we have time, I wanted to mention some of the supplies I'm using. I'm using, of course, my Archer and Olive notebook, and for colors, I'm using Karin markers. They are great, and I love the oranges and browns they have in their palette. So yes, they were a perfect choice for Thanksgiving themed spreads, I think. The next spread you can have for your Thanksgiving themed setup is a bucket list. Just the things you can do in November, or it could be a fall bucket list, or it could be something you want to make sure you do with your family during the Thanksgiving. I must apologize if sometimes you guys can hear a dog barking. He just really wants to be a part of my video today, and I just can't escape it. So I hope he doesn't bother you too much. It's the neighbor's dog, and yeah, he's very active today. If you want to learn how to doodle some of the things I'm doodling today, I actually have been using a lot of these doodles in my 31 days of bullet journal page ideas video series, and all of these videos came with tutorials on how to doodle stuff, which you can find in our Facebook group. Again, I will leave the link in the description. Feel free to check it out and get your free tutorials, and of course join our wonderful community. I also want to mention that we are setting here only 7 pages, but I have a blog post with tons of other ideas from other creators. So if you want to check those out, I will link it in the description. Next page is a meal planning page. Now, I did one as part of my 31 Days of Bullet Journal Page Ideas video series in October, and I will link it here. But today I wanted to have a little bit different take. It's not that detailed, and it's basically a table where on one side you write, whatever menu you have, and on the other side you write who is responsible for what. It could be who is bringing it, if you're having guests, or which family member is responsible for cooking it. Another option, of course, would be to divide it by different types of dishes, like a main dish, side dish, dessert. So it's up to you, whatever way of organizing works best for you. Now, the page I really recommend having next to your menu is your groceries list. If you see your menu, you get a very clear idea on what you want to buy, what you need to buy. So yes, that's why I am putting them together here, and I really advise you to do the same because it will simplify things a lot. This spread is your master planning list for November, planning for Thanksgiving. Now, obviously, it's a huge holiday and there's a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things to prepare, to do, and it's always better to prepare things in advance. So, this is a table that will help you to do just that. If you take time and think of all the things you have to do and just divide them by things you can prepare in advance and things you have to do right away on Thanksgiving Day, it will help you so much. It will relieve a lot of stress and it will just help you to be more prepared. I divided it by whatever categories I felt like would work best, but obviously feel free to write any days where you're thinking of preparing. Maybe you just have 1 week of preparing, so you can write down, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and make it like a weekly log, but a plan for Thanksgiving. Personally, I am obsessed with planning things in advance, so yeah, I would probably start as early as possible. And on to our final spread. The final spread is a guest list. It's gonna look pretty empty, obviously, because you have to fill it out with your guest list. But I wanted to do something a bit crazy for the header. So I just went crazy and doodled a bunch of fall themed things like pumpkins and sunflowers and apples and all the good stuff. Something I want to mention is that I am planning all these pages in a B5 notebook, which means that I have extra space for all the stuff. But obviously, if you're using an A5 journal, you might have a bit less of a space, and for some things you might want to use 2 pages instead of just one like I did. Make sure to check the blog for more Thanksgiving themed bullet journal page ideas, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep bullet journaling and don't be a blob. Bye!